The client needs to install an IP camera to watch the back of his factory. It is about 20 acres. It's a very large area. He plans to use a PTZ camera, the camera with the pan, tail, and zoom feature, so he can zoom in, zoom out, and move the camera around to watch this whole area. The network video recorder and the monitor will be placed into this control room. There's about 250 meters between the control room and the setup spot. He wants to use the fiber optic cable with the copper wire, aka composite fiber optic cable, so he can send the low voltage power from this control room as well as the optical signal. But the camera cannot work with the fiber optic cable directly. You need another device called a media converter to convert the optical signal to the electrical signal. We would like to present him an alternative solution, still use the copper wire Cat5e or Cat6 Ethernet cable because we can push the PoE over the Cat5e or Cat6 Ethernet cable directly. But the distance is beyond 100 meters and the camera consumes about 25 watt high power. We need to find a way to send the high power over this long distance. Alright, now let's move to the demonstration board and see how we can complete this job with the PoE. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe. We have more showcase coming. First, let's see what we have in this setup. This is the network video recorder in the control room. We have the 300 meter Cat5 Ethernet cable. You can use the Cat6 Ethernet cable if it's even better, but just make sure the cable is made of the solid copper. It's the 100% copper made. We have the PTZ camera, the bigger camera with the pan, tail, zoom feature. I'm going to explain how we deal with the high power PoE over long distance a little bit later. Let's present the solution first. I'm going to use this long range PoE switch. The port 1 and port 2 has a long range chipset built in. It can provide the data up to 500 meters. First, let's power up this PoE switch. I'm going to use this short patch code to link our network video recorder to one of the data ports. This is the Cat5e Ethernet cable going to the PTZ camera. You need to connect this cable to one of these long-range PoE ports, either port 1 or port 2, but not port 3 or port 4, since these two ports are just a regular port. Alright, let's move to the camera. And we got the cable from the PoE switch, but we cannot connect this cable to this PTZ camera directly. It's not going to work. The reason is because this camera is just a regular camera. Even the long-range PoE switch can push the data up to 500 meters, but for the camera, it only can return the signal for 100 meters. That's the reason we need another device called PoE extender. The PoE extender will boost up the data up to 500 meters. Eventually, it works with the PoE switch to come up with the 500 meter long-range PoE. Okay, now let's attach this PoE extender to the wall and get the cable from the PoE switch and connect to this input port. And we need the short patch code to link the output port to our camera. Now the camera is getting the power. It will take a while before you can see the live video on the monitor. Meanwhile, let's explain how we deal with the high power PoE over the long distance. As we mentioned, we do have the long range chipset built into this PoE switch, and now we got the PoE extender next to this camera. Eventually, they got the two-way communication to achieve up to 500 meters data long run. But we still didn't explain the power. The power is the energy. We cannot repeat the power. This long-range PoE switch will take all the 4 twist pairs to send the power over this Cat5e Ethernet cable. The PoE Plus just take half of the twist pair to send the power. That's the reason why we can have the PoE Plus after 300 meters. But you may wonder one thing, since this is just a PoE Plus camera, how it can work with the 4-pair PoE power from this PoE switch. That's the second reason why we need the PoE extender next to this camera. This PoE extender will combine the power from all 4 twist pairs and the output standard PoE Plus over these output ports. You may worry about the compatibility issues since we are using the long-range PoE chipsets at both sides. We are also sending the power over the 4 twist pairs. Don't worry, since the output is a standard, there's no compatibility issues. The long-range PoE switch and the high power just between this PoE extender and the PoE switch. Alright, now we are seeing the live video. Let's check it. It's working perfectly. Just one last thing. Since we have this 500 meters long run PoE network, it will increase the possibility to observe the surge from the environment. So the improvement is adding this surge protector before this PoE extender. We can protect the PoE extender and the IP camera. This surge protector will catch the surge and release the surge to the ground. Alright, that's all for today's video. If you have any question, please leave a message in the comment section below.